Many people speak about medicine as being a path of love. What is medicine? Love. What heals? Love. And I remember when I first heard these kinds of things, I used to ask myself, what does that mean? I actually didn't know. And I didn't realize the enormity of the idea that I didn't know. So I tried intellectually to go after what that meant. What is love? How does love heal if I don't know what love is? Of course, we all have our ideas about love. In this society, we imagine love is the romantic Hollywood love we've been told. Something that feels comfortable all the time. Something we're going to get is going to make us feel better. About ourselves and about everything. But that's not love. And so, obviously, real love is what medicine teaches. And is what medicine is. Medicine is the wind in the trees. It's the force of life that makes the flowers and everything grow. But it is, of course, also an emotional experience. A sort of nice, fuzzy, warm feeling when you have a nice dog putting her nose on your leg. And you just feel so... It's hard to say what you feel. It's a kind of increase in your yearning for more of the same. It's the call of life for yet more life. And so this term unconditional love gets used a lot. What does that mean? If it's unconditional, it's infinite, it's vast, it's without any kind of limitation upon its own expression. It's beyond expression. It's zipped up. Information. Zipped up beauty. If we would say that everything in the universe is mathematics, then everything is patterns, relationships, comparison, proportion. And that is beautiful, and that is love too. It's the truth. It's knowing that you are love when you leap in front of that car to rescue the little toddler that's wandered out into the road, even though your thoughts are saying, this is dangerous, better not do this. It's the knowing what is right at all times. It's the absence of fear. It's the way we leap to the sun, even though we have wings that are glued together with wax. And now it is also the knowing of our own empowerment, the end of our victimhood as humanity, as individuals and collectively. It's the knowing that if our hearts are nested and burning with love, that nothing, no forces of darkness can ever truly do anything to us. Because we have come to a radical understanding of what this darkness is. We no longer even need to forgive it. The radical forgiveness is the understanding that it was a part of us trying to get our attention. The trick here is to redefine who we are. So it's not personal. And then we realize that we're one being. And what seemed like darkness is just a response to regain a balance, to a need for light, as opposed to knowing that darkness is our opportunity to be light. And now it's all coming back into balance. All of these different fragments of ourselves are moving into a new place, because we now have truly learned how to empower ourselves, knowing that we are light. And for me, medicine is this knowing. It's this being. It's this love that moves into clarity. And so we talk about medicine being a plant, a substance, something physical that you ingest with this other physical thing, the body. But actually medicine is the light that you are, rediscovering itself consciously within that body. And we know this. All of these memories are buried in our cells. All of this vibration is who we are. If we were not this vibration, we wouldn't be able to survive, we wouldn't be able to exist. By our very existence, we are this. Existence is immutable, imperturbable, despite all of the myriad infinite forms through which consciousness moves. The male and the female, the dance and the still point, the two forces of creation, the sun and the earth, the centrifugal and the centripetal, birth and death, the alchemy of transformation. These are the energies of medicine within us that enlighten ourselves and that come from ourselves. And this information, this unity pattern, has been recorded within us at every level, at the cellular level, at the hormonal level, all the biochemical levels. And we can see it everywhere. As consciousness ripples through all of these fractal levels of creation, those patterns are recognizable at every step of the way. And so these plants have been designed by whom, you may ask? Well, by us, the abuelos, the abuelas, the ancestors, whom we are, the great genetic architects and wing makers of the universe that are also us. Where did we come from? Well, I came from my mum, my grandmother, etc. And keep going back and back and back and back and back. And you can also vertically retrace the steps towards your origin energetically to higher and higher levels of frequency, until you find that you were they, taking a piece of their DNA, themselves, their energy, their pattern, and creating another vehicle to download something else, and so on and so forth, until that reproductive mechanism, that dynamic, was installed even in our physical bodies, in the way that human beings on this planet reproduce today. And eventually, we see that we're just a leaf on this huge tree of this great ancestor, this wingmaker, this medicine mother. And we take these medicines in order to rediscover the keys to unlock those memories that are in our cells. The little peppy peptides on the energetic levels, the little vehicles and messengers. And we discover how to open and unzip those memories that are buried in ourselves and in ourselves. There's a Sanskrit mantra that says, God is dancing in every cell of my being. And that is medicine. When we drink ayahuasca, we drink wachuma, we use other sacred medicines. We're reviving the divine dance in ourselves. And here, in wachuma, we climb the mountains. We dance up the mountains. We smell the flowers. Commune with the plants, feel their healing energy. We can smell the astringent antisepticness of the muña, the mountain mint, a plant from the Andes here which is very antiviral, similar to thyme, oregano, and heals bacterial imbalance and all that, the consequences of that in the intestines, diarrhea and so forth. It's good for fever in babies. We can sense its freshness. And we can chew on these leaves. We can eat the dandelion leaves and feel the effect. The energy, the invitation to revisit the pain hidden under the anger in our liver systems, our lymphatic systems. And we understand the energy of these plants and their healing power. And then we understand at a deeper level that we're just all one, all part of this ferrohormonal, fungal messenger system of telepathy that is part of our biochemistry on this planet. How we communicate through movements, whether they're at the chemical level, whether they're at the elemental level or the verbal level, the level of consciousness, at the level of feeling, of sharing love. And Wachuma will teach us all these things. Ayahuasca can teach us these things. They're anyway both medicine with a capital M, two faces of medicine. Just as every single shaman, apprentice, and person who has ingested medicine has become yet another facet of medicine. Medicine is the new context in which we know ourselves as different cells in a greater body. The greater body that is Gaia, the new conscious earth. The plants heal us, i.e. awaken us, and then become conscious of themselves through our new movement of awakened consciousness. This is how it was designed, because we're all part of a greater body. Just as every cell in your body is part of your body. Every planet is a cell in the body of Galactica, which is in turn another cell in the greater body of the Universal, which is in turn another cell in the greater body of Mega Universal. Pachamama, endless fractal flowers of growth. And every single cell within every single one of those infinite bodies is the whole, holographic part of the whole. And then we live out our lives of holographic creation, choosing, loving, living, clothing thought and feeling our minds sentiment. Medicine brings us back into our true selves. Pre-awakening, it heals us so that we can awaken. And post-awakening, it continues to heal us as we learn how to create consciously. And healing becomes conscious creation, as one of my own teachers told me 30 years ago. None of this is cheating in any way or stealing a higher level of consciousness than we deserve. And we better get to it through yoga, meditation, and hard work, you know. My mum used to tell me that. There's a sort of fear of dependence upon these things, as if without them we're not going to be able to reach these levels of consciousness. But there again, one redefines oneself. Am I just me, this body, and this plant is not me? The plant heals and awakens, accelerates the process. And karmically speaking, when we finally meet the plant physically in this body, in this vehicle, and in this life, we've been preparing for this moment for many, many decades and lifetimes. And the healing moment in which the medicine enters your body, your physical vehicle, is reaching out like ripples when a stone is thrown into water, through the past and the future, healing you into the past so that you will eventually decide to buy that ticket and get to sacred dimension and hold the cup and drink it down, so that you will create the new openness, the malleability and flexibility within your lifestyle and in yourself to include this possibility in your life and to choose it. There is anyway only the now. And in the power of that now we can find multiple, infinite facets of ourselves that we call seconds, minutes, and time, or units of time. And from the power of that medicine now, we can download a new now, consciously, in love, and create the illusion of time, because there's a new now, and then a new now, and forever new nows. And therefore we believe that we live in a sequence of experience. And we create the illusion of yearning. And the only reason we have done that is because that is the fuel of the universe, the yearning for the source. So we have brought in to being crystallized music, psychological time, in order to experience yearning for the loved one. Which is why music works so beautifully, because music relies on time for its existence. And the harmonious organization of rhythm within music, of an awakened consciousness, brings beauty and peace to everyone's heart and communicates the beyondness of time. And true medicine will bring you back into the simple knowing and being of sufficiency, enoughness, which is the same as abundance. The love of the Pachamama, of the great universe, provides us always with enough. And then it becomes very simple to say when all we have is all we need. And we regain balance in our understanding of abundance in shamanism. We don't go after the girl, the car, the $1 million, awakening the giant within. No. We come down to the simple, like sitting on a bed of moss. A sip of water, one fruit all day as we walk up the mountains. And we know that that infinite abundance is contained in that simple frugality. And then we can truly play with space and time and create infinite abundance, free energy, infinite sharing. And then our planet will reflect that knowingness and heal again. The oceans will again fill with creatures. The air will again be clean. And when one dandelion leaf is enough for your lunch, the whole earth will teem with abundance that you don't need. And you'll no longer be waiting for Godot. You'll actually just simply be God. These are all teachings of medicine. Medicine is no different from the esoteric traditions, from the schools of energy management, from the sacred poems of our mystics. In fact, in my experience, it is the most efficient shortcut to the drunkenness of Rumi, drunken in love with God. And each one chooses his or her medicine path. If you want it to be comfortable, you fall in love with God, with Mother Earth, and live as if quantum physics is true. If you want it to be difficult, you can try and take from it and create the same relationship with medicine that you create with others for your convenience. You can try it, but it's not very comfortable. So I would advise you just to fall in love with yourself as soon as possible, before or after taking medicine, but just as soon as possible. And live in the knowing and the confidence that your higher soul knows what is absolutely perfect for you. And if you can't take medicine right now, despite your desire to do that, just thank the desire, because it's a way for you to remind yourself of what it is, your true heart's desire, and what it is you want. To awaken, to create, to love, to radiate. And if that is your true heart's desire, love and know, or love the knowing that medicine is coming to you in your life, and that you are medicine.